Breaking news. Putin has been told that Kim Jong Un will be visiting soon to discuss weapons. Kim Jong Un, the leader of North Korea, is reportedly planning a trip to Russia this month in order to meet with Vladimir Putin, according to CBS, the BBC's U.S. affiliate. According to the official, the two leaders will discuss the prospect of North Korea providing Moscow with weapons to aid in Russia's war in Ukraine. The meeting location is unclear at this time. The report was picked up by other U.S. media, but neither North Korea nor Russia immediately responded to it. The New York Times cites anonymous sources saying that Mr. Kim is likely to take an armored train. The White House recently announced that it had new information indicating that arms negotiations between the two countries were actively advancing, which led to the possibility of a meeting. According to John Kirby, a spokesman for the National Security Council, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu recently visited North Korea in an effort to convince Pyongyang to sell artillery ammunition to Russia. At the conference, attendees could see weapons like the Hwasong ICBM. Mr. Kim had not welcomed foreign visitors to North Korea since the COVID pandemic. Since then, letters pledging to increase their bilateral cooperation have been exchanged between Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong Un, he said. We urge the DPRK to cease its arms negotiations with Russia and abide by the public commitments that Pyongyang has made to not provide or sell arms to Russia, Mr. Kirby said, using an abbreviation for the North. If North Korea did provide Russia with weapons, he said, the United States would take action, including imposing sanctions. The meeting between Kim Jong Un and Vladimir Putin may take place in the Russian city of Vladivostok, the New York Times reports. Edward Wong, the newspaper's diplomatic correspondent, confirmed to BBC News that a North Korean advance team visited Vladivostok and Moscow at the end of last month. It was a strong sign for officials looking into this, that they included security officers who deal with the protocol surrounding travel of the leadership, as Wong put it. He also suggested that Pyongyang could be looking to Moscow for advanced technology to aid its satellite and nuclear-powered submarine programs. Also, North Korea is one of the poorest countries in the world, the reporter from the New York Times added. It regularly suffers from widespread famine, and it is also requesting food aid from Russia. Both Pyongyang and Moscow have previously denied receiving any weapons from the North to use in its ongoing conflict with Ukraine. According to former UK ambassador to North Korea John Everard, who served from 2006 to 2008, the visit is now unlikely to take place, because of the media attention it has received. Kim Jong Un has extreme paranoia regarding his own safety. He takes great care to conceal his whereabouts, and if word got out that he was going to Vladivostok to meet President Putin, he'd probably call off the trip. He also said that North Korea's asking price for weapons is eye-wateringly high, because Pyongyang knows Moscow is desperate for them. But, he added, they're in very poor condition, and North Korea's weapon stockpiles are not very reliable. Mr. Kim arrived in Vladivostok by train in 2019 for their last summit. The officials greeted him with the customary bread and salt. Putin said after their meeting that Kim would need security guarantees from Russia before he would abandon his nuclear program. Their meeting occurred not long after Kim Jong Un and Donald Trump's failed summit in Vietnam, where the two leaders discussed denuclearizing the Korean peninsula.